Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Bila coming to you with another review of Bold and Bougie, produced by Carlos King. This is season 1, episode 2. Y'all, yeah, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe if you get anything out of my content. Please like that button because it does push me through the algorithm and more people will start to view my content. So now let's get into this episode of Bold and Bougie because I have a meeting in like 30 minutes and I need to hurry up and get this done. All right. So the episode picks up where it left off. They're still at the pool party, Aspen Black pool party in bikinis and all that stuff. And by this time Tameka had already left. Tameka was drunk, she was singing, and she left. And Crystal is still talking, and she was saying like this is not what she wants, this is not what she's about. Like she don't want to tear any other women down. And Malaysia is just like, everybody just should be done with it. Just be done with it. Gocha is agreeing. Then Princess comes over and she's like, look, we're all different girls. We just bring a little bit something to the table. So pretty much everybody agrees that they're just going to address it and move on. They're not going to try to make it a deal, but they know it's probably going to come up later because Tameka ended up leaving. But they're just going to try to move forward and try to create this whole bond, this whole sisterhood. Then all of a sudden, everybody just started twerking and dancing. Chad, I don't know if it's just me, but Crystal was teaching the girls how to twerk. But I was like, girl, I don't see nothing moving. But it ain't my butt, it's hers. Okay. So now we get into Tameka. So Tameka, she has her book out, and Here I Stand, and she just talks about her life, how she got married to Usher, what happened with her son and all that stuff. So one of her other sons comes down the stairs, and then they end up, Tameka has 5 boys, one is in heaven with Cal. And then they end up talking about the whole Lake Lanier situation. She has a petition out for 17,000 signatures for the people to sign for Lake Lanier, because I've always heard that Lake Lanier was haunted, and maybe they just should leave it alone. I don't even think they should excavate it and clean it out. I just think they need to just put a big sign on it and put like some blocks of bricks around it and just make it a trespassing zone and you get fined. It shouldn't even be a lake because someone is always being unalived in that lake due to the fact, a little history, that was an all-black town. And according to history, have y'all heard about what happened in Tulsa? Similar, or whatever happened in down there in New York. What is that place? The park, the park, Central Park. All black towns. White people came in, flooded it out, burned it out, got all the black people out there. Dead bodies are laying under there. Yeah, so that's pretty much happened. Black people lived there. They flooded it out. A lot of black people died, and sources say that they're still under the lake. I mean, hey, that's why she said clean it out, like get those bodies up out of there. But it is what it is. So just leave the whole lake alone, child. Because her son did pass away at the Lake Lanier, and she just wants everybody to really just get involved to, she said excavate and clean it out. I said, child, just leave the lake alone. All right, so now we have Malaysia. Malaysia goes to her other friends, her friend's business, the other princess, the Dr. Princess. And they bring up the whole Aspen party. And she brings up Tameka singing. They didn't even show that Tameka was singing like that, but apparently she was drunk and she was singing. And then they start talking about how it was awkward with Neo's ex girl being there, and everybody knows Mo. They bring up Mo again, and it was kind of awkward because Crystal is in the group, and just talking about how Crystal is navigating through the group. And then that's when Malaysia brings up she's having a Clatchet party, ratchet classy tea party, and then she wants Crystal to be there, so she calls Crystal on the phone, asks Crystal if she could help her plan the party and all of that stuff, and Crystal says okay. But Malaysia also says that Crystal right there can't be there because they gonna, get into everybody a little tea, try to, I guess, get in everybody's business and see what they got going on. It's tea party, spill the tea on your life, pretty much. So that's all that is. Now, Gocha and Crystal goes to another one of Gocha's restaurant, and they sit down. And Crystal and Gocha seem to have a really good relationship with one another. Because Crystal said Gocha is really the only person that she knows in their friend group, and it almost seems like Gocha is going to be Crystal's protector. Gocha seems like she when she likes somebody, she kind of stands up for them. So it looks like Gocha is just going to stand up for Crystal, and we're going to see that a little later in this episode. But they talk about the pool party, and she thanked everybody for coming there. They had a pretty good time outside of Tameka. When Tameka came in the party, Tameka didn't speak to Gocha, and Gocha feels like it's something deeper. Like, what is like your problem? Especially, what is your problem with Crystal? Like, did Crystal used to date Usher? You know what I'm saying? And she just wants to understand what's going on with that. It looks like they're trying to make Tameka the villain. Um, I don't think that Tameka is a villain. I just think Tameka speaks her mind, which is fine with me. And then Crystal brings up the whole Crystal brings up the whole Malaysia deal. And she says that Malaysia seems cool. She was kind of, on her a little bit, but after she just kind of after Malaysia said, I'm just here, I just want to get to know you or whatever. And then that's when Crystal tells Gocha that Malaysia ended up calling her, talking about this Clatchet tea party. And she wants Crystal to help, be a part of it. Malaysia wants Crystal to be a part of the, getting together of the whole tea party. And Gocha just looking like, okay, but that's good. I guess that's a start. So that's what that is. Now you have Gocha. She's sitting down with one of her friends. I really don't remember her name. I didn't catch it. And they're talking about, how they got started, where they come from, where they are now. And this brings about Gocha and her personal issues with her kids. I believe she has 2 children, Bianca, and I didn't catch the other. I think Cash, maybe that's his name. And Bianca and Gocha, they have a strained relationship because I guess apparently at one point in time the kids were staying in Gocha's house. The house got burned down. And ever since then, well, Gocha said that that her son and daughter can come and live with her, and they brought their children to come live with Gocha. But Bianca thought that she could just run in and out her house whenever she wanted to. But at the end of the day, it's like, this my house, my rules. You just can't dump your kids off on me and go party. Like, that's not what we're going to do. Like, I watch them sometime, but not all the time. You just can't really leave your kids here like that. And you go off and kicking it. And that kind of, I guess, disrupted things between Gocha and Bianca. And I guess maybe Cal too, because all of them left. They don't have a really good relationship. Like, did I say Cal or Cash? Well, with her son too, because all of them end up leaving. And she just really wants to get on the same page with her children. So it seems as if Bianca had reached back out, and she wants to move forward and have a good relationship with her mom. So, and also Gocha said that one time she had saw Bianca's kids out without Bianca, and she spoke to her grandkids, and she said Bianca had went off on her. I was like, dang, really? So that's crazy. Them are your grandkids, but I don't know what it is, the deeper issue with them, but hopefully they're going to try to get it right. All right, so now you have Malaysia and Crystal. They are getting together with the coordinator and just to plan this whole ratchet tea party. So they sit down, they talk about what Crystal says was ratchet and classy to her. She drinking Hennessy and champagne out of a flute. Okay, I guess that's not a mimosa. That's a hemo. Well, ain't no orange juice involved. So it's Hennessy and champagne. Girl, I don't know. What's the opposite of a mimosa? I don't know. But anyway, and Malaysia kind of look at her like, you do? She do. And any allergies, Malaysia says she's allergic to shellfish. So now y'all know how to unalive her. And then they end up bringing up the party again. And Crystal felt like Tameka, was rude. Like, she didn't understand where Tameka was coming from. And Malaysia was just like, you don't know? And Crystal was like, no, I don't know. And Malaysia's like, so why do you not know? And then they bring up, because Crystal said that I guess at one point, Crystal and, well, yeah, Crystal and Monietta talk. She said they don't hang out anymore, and they used to talk. They talked and text some, but not as of recent. So I don't know. I'm kind of confused in regards to this whole conversation when it comes to Monietta and Crystal, because I didn't know. Well, of course, I don't know that they had any type of relationship, because if you look into the blogs, it's always seemed as if there was discord between all of them. So to hear that to hear Crystal say we don't hang out anymore, and she also did say, like, we talked and text a little bit recently. Maybe when it comes to the kids, probably maybe getting the kids together. That's the reason why they were probably talking text. I'm not for sure, but Malaysia's whole thing is, why don't you know? Like, how do you not know the relationship between you and Mayetta if y'all just recently talked and text not too long ago? So you should know something. But Crystal's whole thing is, look, I'm just trying to move on. I'm not really trying to deal with all that stuff. I'm really not. And yeah. And so she says, like, ever since she separated with her from the father of it all, Neo, that she's really not dealing with it like that. Then Malaysia brings up the fact again. She was like, yeah, Mo is her friend. And she says she doesn't want to look shady in any way if the whole group is there and she brings Monietta with her. She don't want it to be like anything crazy, because at this point, Malaysia is trying to build something with Crystal. So Malaysia is pretty much saying that I can be friends with both of you. And if there is an event going on and I bring Monietta, it's just because that's my friend. It ain't because I'm trying to be shady. And Crystal was just like, yeah, it's cool. I get it. You know what I'm saying? And she was just like, they want each of them to be transparent with each other. And they pretty much said that they're just going to try to develop a relationship between them. Okay. So now you have Gocha and her daughter. Child, why Gocha fall out down all them stairs? That girl fell from the top to the bottom. Like she was playing a stereo. Like a piano. Stereo. You know how they say, girl, you can play the key. She played the steps. Anyway, child, I just made all that up in my head real quick. But yeah, she fell down all the steps. And so Bianca ran up talking about, what's that? Is anybody at the door? Nah, child, that's your mama knocking down them steps. Anyway, so they sit down and they talk about rebuilding their relationship. Come to find out, Gocha went to jail for about a couple years, and her kids are like 1 and 2 years old. And child, Gocha been so dope. I said, God dog, Gocha, you out here like a real dude. Anyway, so Bianca is just like, look, after the whole house burned down, she just needed answers. So she went to Dallas because she needed answers. And apparently she didn't get the answers that she needed. And she just really want just some understanding from her mom, like, what is it? Like, what's really going on between them? Why is there this big disconnect? And Gocha says, because y'all always, they bring up the fact that, y'all went at my games. And she said, I mean, how can I be at y'all games? I'm trying to make money for y'all. She said she tried to put them in the best school. She, the best everything. And it looks as if the kids really didn't appreciate that. And Bianca's just like, look, when we kids, we looking up to see our mama at games. Those are like pivotal points. And she just like, they really wanted you to be here, because at the end of the day, all this money ain't gonna be here when you going on to the afterlife. You can't take all this money with you. Like right now is family. This is what we need. This is what we're trying to build. And that's what they trying to build. And also she brings up Cal too, because I know maybe she brought up Cal in the last scene, but she did talk about Cal too, because she said that Cal is very sensitive, and Cal was at the pool party. Not Cal, Cash. I think his name is Cash. Gocha's son was at the pool party, and he didn't even speak to her. He just kind of walked past and got to dancing and eating and all this stuff. So Gocha has to really build a relationship with both of her children. That's what she needs to do. And they need to go to therapy. They said they need to go get Ayala, fix my life. That's what they said. So hopefully they go. All right, so this is the day of the pool party. Malaysia gets there first. Malaysia's looking really cute. Then you have Malaysia looking cute and classy. So then you have Crystal come in, and Crystal looking a little, little cute and ratchet. Cause when she walk in the cheeks, you can see the cheeks with the skirt. Like, okay, Crystal. And when they're sitting down, it's awkward. They really not talking to each other, whatever. But then Malaysia brings up, so did you bring up any games? Um, Malaysia Crystal said that she got a game called Spill the Tea. And Malaysia said, oh my God, I do not want to do these games. Y'all talking about Spill the Tea. She got PTSD because, when she was on Basketball Wives, they always play the game. They always end up in somebody getting hit in the head with a table. And Tameka said, nah, she just want to get to the bottom of, everybody. And she just wants everybody to pretty much tell a little bit tea about themselves. It's not going to be no shade. Light tea, light work. We just trying to really get to know each other. All right. So now you have Gocha. She walks in looking like she on Harlem Nights tea party. Y'all remember the movie Harlem Nights when they was dressed up in them old style clothes? Yeah, she looked like she was doing a Harlem Nights tea party with who's in charge of the girls. Like she wanted the girls. And then I think the other princess comes in. And she looked tea-ish. She looked good. And the other princess said, she was like, look, ain't no tea, no crumpets. Like, what we doing here? Tameka comes in looking tea-ish. And Tameka said she done wasted her whole outfit. Because what they doing at the bottom of an apartment building? I said, okay, Tameka with the reeds at the bottom of an apartment building. And she says, please don't take no pictures because she want to wear her outfit again. I said, okay. Okay. So while they are there, Malaysia stands up. She introduces, the party to everybody. Hopefully they have a good time with the whoop. And then Tameka comes in. Did y'all sign a petition to Lake Lanier? Gocha, yep. I signed it. Mm-hmm. And so everybody said they're going to get around to signing it that have not. Gocha said, so what really happened at the Lake Lanier? And then Tameka says, make a long story short, he was laying on an inner tube and got hit by a jet ski. He was on life support for 2 weeks. Whoo! This is a tough conversation for any mama to have to relive this over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Because you can tell it's pain. Pure pain. Anytime a mother has to talk about a son that has passed away, a daughter that has passed away, children that have passed away, it's always hard. And nobody wants to talk about it every day, but they're on a TV show and she's been an activist for her son. You know what I'm saying? Because she has the whole it's some law that she got passed, but Lake Lanier is still there. And but she has to talk about it because she really wants to get Lake Lanier closed. Well, cleaned out and excavated. So they end up talking about that a little bit. Crystal comes in and so Malaysia comes back and she brings up the pool party, right? So she's talking about Tameka. She said, yeah, Tameka, you did come in, a little bit off. But then she said she corrected her wrong by saying, you know what? I'm not going to get in this. I'm not a part of it. And then she ended up leaving. So Malaysia felt as if Tameka righted her wrong. Crystal comes in. She said, yeah, I feel like you did too. You were kind of on me a little bit, but then you apologized. And she said that she appreciated that. And so Tameka was just like, yeah, she just want to be transparent. She said, I know a lot of people feel like her personality is all over the place, but at the end of the day, she just, who she, she is who she is. She just wants to be good, but she don't want people to take her the wrong way because her mind is all over the place. I mean, child, I'm telling you, when you lose a kid, your mind ain't never right. So sometimes you don't even really think about what you're saying. Whoever you were before a PTS trauma happened to you, you're going to either be worse or whatever happened to you when you had PTSD, the person before the PTSD or after. If you were a good person before PTSD, before a traumatic incident happened, 9 times out of 10, you may still be good, but you're going to always be on edge. You're not going to be as good. You're not going to be as sensitive. You're going to have something there. It's like it grows you up. So it's like you don't have time for a lot of stuff. Like, I ain't got time for this. I ain't got time to be. So sometimes you may not always be soft. Sometimes you're gonna be a little hard, but it is what it is. That's trauma. That's a protective. You're trying to protect your spirit. Or, if you had PT, like if you were a mean person before something happened, and trauma happens, you are a mean person, trauma happens, and after the trauma, it's like a lot of times people kind of get a little nicer because it was like, man, I was mean, but this happened to me. It kind of softened me up a little bit. So whichever part of the spectrum it is, it's just what it is. Like, some people can come out of a traumatic situation worse or better. So I don't know. I think Tameka doing a really good job as far as her personality, because yes. Anyway. And she's on a reality show, so she gotta really put it on. All right, so Crystal said she appreciated it. Tameka said, I know sometimes she's all over the place. Gocha feels like Tameka is getting a pass because it looks like Gocha really don't like Tameka like that. And like I said earlier, it seems as if Gocha feels like she has to protect Crystal. I don't understand why. And Crystal even said in her confessional, like, okay, Gocha, you don't gotta be so not, she didn't say you gotta be so hard on her, but in my words, in my thinking, Gocha, Tameka is like, okay, she did apologize. I mean, you ain't gotta be too hard on a girl, but it is what it is. So, yeah, and Gocha, let me see, Gocha said, okay. So Gocha feels like everybody is giving Tameka a pass, and she just trying to understand, like, what is the bottom of Tameka? Like, why is Tameka going so hard at Crystal? Like, what's really going on with her? And Tameka says she don't even understand why. Yeah, Tameka says she don't even understand, Tameka says she don't even understand why Gocha kind of coming at her like that. And then Gocha's whole deal is like, why do you even want to know what's going on between Crystal, Moneta, and Neo? Because it ain't none of your business. But Tameka's whole thing is, if I'm around, okay, like Moneta is her friend, and now she's in this friend group, so of course she would want to know what's going on or whatever, because Moneta is my friend. Like, if I'm around somebody and I don't know that they're friends with my ex, I would want to know that. I would want to know, like, if your ex-boyfriend, one of his friends come up and y'all end up being friends, I would like for that person to be like, hey, I was friends with your man, friends with your man's girl. So just to let you know, it ain't gonna be no tension between us, even though I'm still friends with ex your ex baby daddy girlfriend, So I guess a side chick or whatever. They all friends. But Tameka said she would want to know. Gocha said it ain't none of her business. All right. So Crystal all over this. She was like, you know what? I ain't got time for all this extra. I just want to play a game. Let's play a game. So Crystal brings up the game. What's true, what's not. So all the girls pick a card. Malaysia do the card first. They say that I'm mean and aggressive. Crystal said that that's her. Because at first, did Gocha say that was Tameka? I don't know, but Crystal said that that's her. Then Gocha pulled up a card talking about somebody being bougie, and that's what Gocha said, that she think that that's Tameka, and actually it's Princess. Princess wrote it. So then Gocha, let me see. Oh, so Gocha ends up talking to Princess, and she's just like, okay, so Princess, what exactly do you do? Like, what do you do? And so that's when Princess gets all into the, I was on Orange County as producer, and then she went down to Atlanta. She found a group of Black girls, and she made a show around them. Like, she's a producer of Real Housewives of Atlanta. And she says she feels like she gets slighted oftentimes because she is the one that really created that show, and she doesn't get any, kudos or pats on her back. And she says she kind of got to sit in silence, and everybody else get praises for doing that, but she doesn't. So I believe Carlos wanted her to bring that to the light. So then Crystal picks up a part talking about being bougie, another bougie card that ended up being Tameka. And then Tameka said, look, I've been called bougie all my life. You know what I'm saying? Like she said, I've been bougie all my life, but at the end of the day, I still slap a girl in the face. And then it's almost like they doing subliminals because almost like Tameka was looking at Gocha anyway. So when she talking about I slap a girl in a minute. And so Gocha, like, are there any other issues? Like, is there anything else? Like, why are you? Because Gocha is still pressed on Tameka because she feel like Tameka really has an issue with Crystal. And what is it? I guess when she said she'll slap a girl in a minute, maybe she thought that she was talking about Crystal. I thought she was talking about you, Gocha, but maybe Gocha thought she was talking about Crystal. But she was just like, yeah, it is what it is. And Gocha just like, okay, so what is the deeper, what is it? Okay, so Gocha like, okay, so you were Usher, right? How did y'all even get together? And how did y'all break up? And Tameka just like, look, that was my best friend. We was friends. We hung out every day. That's how we end up getting together. And she said she don't know why they broke up. But go Shay. She brings up Tameka's book. And she just like, well, in this book, it said that you Usher slept with your bridesmaid, your best friend, your bridesmaid, or whatever. So anyway, they end up then Gocha brings back up the pool party again, and she just trying to get to the bottom of the pool party. Like, why are you so invested in the Crystal? Why are you involved in this? You know what I'm saying? And then and then Crystal says like, I mean not Crystal, but Gocha is just like, well, do you think that Crystal slept with your man? Like, what is you? Do you think she slept with your ex? And then Malaysia's like, so what? Are you asking Crystal, are you in Usher's DMs? Like, what is it? What's the issue? Like, what is the deeper issue between Tameka and Crystal? Because everybody feels like it's something. But the part that got me was when Crystal got into the confessional and she was just like, why is Malaysia saying I'm in her ex's DMs? Like, that ain't even cool for her to say that like that. But I'm like, Crystal, Gocha said you slept with her man, like as if you just getting around sleeping with her man or your ex-man or whoever man. Like, did you sleep with any of them? So Crystal had that same energy with Malaysia that you need to have with Gocha. You know what I'm saying? Now, excuse me, had that same energy with Gocha that you having with Malaysia, because both of them saying slick stuff like, was you sleeping with her man or was you in her man's DMs? If that is the reason why Tameka is coming at you like that. All right. So anyway, Tameka just like, she just feel like this is getting out of pocket. Like, this is just doing too much. Yeah, that's the end of this episode. I tried to get this wrapped up in less than 30 minutes because I have a meeting I have to get in. So yeah, please let me know what y'all thought about this. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know. Let me know who's right and who's wrong. Are you on Tameka's side? Are you on Crystal's side? Are you just trying to get to know these people just like I am? All right, bye.